Welcome, this is Yazz.life and my name is Yazz. What are beliefs? Well, the dictionary says this. 1. An acceptance that something exists or is true, especially one without proof. 2. Trust, faith or confidence in someone or something. Interesting. Okay, so a simple way to understand beliefs is to imagine your psyche as several hectares of land. A bit like this. This land was given to you by your biological parents via your DNA. Did you know that just one human DNA molecule contains enough information to fill a 1,000,000-page encyclopedia or around 1,000 books? And that's just one molecule. Now, from the moment you were born, your parents, guardians start to build on that land. First dictating the terrain, this terrain being your core beliefs, passed on to you by generations of parents in your family. Remember, these core beliefs passed on to you are not necessarily facts. They are hundreds of years of interpretations of experiences, which they then passed on to their children as a statement and belief by which they must live their lives, and which you will pass on to your kids. After the core beliefs come hundreds of other beliefs come along, a little bit like rules by which you must live. On your land, these could be buildings, it could be a farmhouse, an outhouse, a bunch of cars, skyscrapers, depends really. These beliefs or rules are not all passed on to you verbally. Some are by the actions of your parents and then your interpretation of those actions. How do our beliefs impact us in everyday life? Okay, so let's answer this question by looking at some examples. So a statement such as, you must respect your elders, you must listen and do as they say. You were given this statement when you are 4 years old. You made this mean, I must listen and respect anyone older than me and do exactly as they say without question, period. Now, I can see some of you wagging your little fingers at me right now saying, yeah, and what's wrong with that? Kids nowadays could do with a little bit more of that. I would say this to you. On the surface, this belief, hence rule to live by, seems pretty balanced and maybe even helpful to give your children. But, and there is a big but, there are a number of big challenges and potentially harmful experiences that you have now unintentionally exposed your kids to. What happens when that adult your child is with has ill intentions and your child believes that they must listen to them and do exactly as they say? What if this adult is not well, emotionally or physically? What then? Your child is now potentially exposed to emotional or physical abuse. A very brief example. Okay, so this child becomes an adult and finds themselves in a work environment, behaving extremely passively, not standing up for what they believe in, being unfairly treated, and even being emotionally abused. All because they unconsciously believed that they must not disagree with their manager or senior colleagues and say how they feel, as that is disrespectful, and you must listen and do as you are told, right? Another example. Let's use the examples that I've been using in my last few videos and now briefly see why the two individuals had such different responses to exactly the same situation. So, I'm walking down the street and I see a colleague of mine walking on the other side of the road. I see she looks at me, and so I smile and wave, excitedly. She does not respond in any way. She just looks away and continues on her path. Person 1. External stimuli, I waved at my colleague and she did not respond to me. Thought, oh my god, stupid cow, she just blanked me. Damn, that's the last time I talked to her. Emotion, I feel angry along with confusion and worry. Impact, I am in a bad mood for the rest of the day. I have very little patience and I am snappy and aggressive with my loved ones. Person 2. External stimuli, I waved at my colleague and she did not respond to me. Thought, I don't think she even saw me. She looked very thoughtful. I wonder if she's okay. I think I might drop her a message later. Emotion, I feel concerned and a little sad at seeing her so distant and worried. Impact, a little concerned throughout the day, but once I have reached out to my colleague, I have obtained total resolution. Person 1, In her upbringing, her father was critical parent, and this is from Ego States, which means that some of the beliefs passed on to her directly or indirectly would have been around her not doing as well as others, her not trying as hard as others, or trying hard enough, and that she could always do better. Maybe that she's far too fat or far too skinny, that her hair is too long or too short or the wrong colour, etc., etc. Her response to this growing up was to rebel. She would have felt like she was never good enough, misunderstood and unlovable. In order to protect herself from these painful feelings, she used rebellious child, again from Ego States, to create a barrier of anger and aggression between herself and the world. The impact of this would be that she makes pretty much everything around her mean something negative about herself. Why me? It's not fair, and I don't care anyway. Hence, in this experience, she reacted immediately by making her colleague's reaction mean something negative about herself, and then using her assumption to take further steps. That's the last time I talked to her. Unfortunately, it doesn't end there. This then has a knock-on impact with her loved ones, having no patience, being aggressive, and being rude and judgmental. Wow, all of that from an unconscious belief that no matter what she did, she would never be good enough. Person 2 grew up with her mother, who was nurturing parent and adult, which means the beliefs passed on to her directly or indirectly would have been around her knowing how loved she was, how to learn to think for herself and to work towards becoming empowered by thinking in logical and balanced ways. Hence, in this experience, she reacted with a balanced and logical response. I don't think she even saw me, choosing a response to check the facts on the experience. I think I might drop her a message later, leading to an overall resolution of the situation with no detrimental impact on herself or her loved ones. This is what you don't know about your beliefs hurting you. Your core beliefs are your rules for living. They govern most of your responses, the way you react to those around you, at work, at home, with your friends. They impact every thought and feeling you have. They impact every single thing you do. Yet without undertaking a journey unto which each step is geared towards consciousness and reflection, then the fact of the matter is, that which affects every aspect of your life is a complete stranger to you. Wow, that's deep. My parting words to you would be this: the most important study, the most valuable degree, master's or PhD you could ever embark on is the one on yourself. Studying, learning and practicing in you would enable you to be the best that you could ever be, leading to you achieving anything you have ever wanted, whether that be in terms of relationships, career, behaviours or feelings. The world really would become your oyster. I can vouch for this. Why? Because I did it. And boy, if I can do it, anyone can. If you like what you see and want to help me create more, then show me some loving and support over at patreon.com. Thank you for watching, and please do like and share this video so we can spread this invaluable knowledge on to others, especially to those we love. If you've got any questions, opinions or experiences that you'd like to share, pop them in the comment section below. The next video will be coming shortly, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and press that bell button to receive notifications.